Alright, I am here at Hunting Island State Park. There's my baby going potty. They have restrooms. They have flowers. Now this here little tree here, little palm thingy, it is called a palmetto. I don't know the exact name. And then of course you got the palm trees. This one here, this bigger one, that is a live oak. There's another palm tree, and here is the lighthouse. And then you got a couple buildings. There was a lighthouse master, or master of lighthouse house right there, where you see the big stick sticking out over there. And but the hurricane had taken it down, so it's not there anymore. Come on, Bubba. So it got restrooms up here, got a little store, and then straight ahead is the beach. Oh no, there's a house for the lighthouse master right there. And of course the lighthouse again. I have Bella with me, as you can see, and the rule is no dogs allowed in the lighthouse. So I won't be able to go up there, but it is quite a view up there. It would have been awesome to have a view of that with my new camcorder. Keep calling it new. I guess I've had it for about 6 months. So as you can see, I'm wearing flip-flops. Bella, she's not wearing any flip-flops at all. And but she is taking her sweet time. You got a big picnic area here. You can reserve that if you want for family gathering, birthday, anniversary, divorce party, whatever you want for that. And right now there is no lifeguard on duty. And then we have a gift shop here. And let's look at this information for the island. Okay, this is Hunting Island State Park trails. These are the different trails, and then you can see here everything that is the island is right here, because as you can see, this here makes this a different island, and this one up here is a different island. How you doing? And here is the sand. There's another small dog. Not as small as Bella, but there used to be a little bit more trees and stuff. It used to be a little bit more difficult to notice the ocean right here, but the hurricane opened that up. It says sea turtles really dig these dunes, literally, because they do come out and they come up on the shore, they dig a hole, then they lay their eggs, and then the babies go back out in the ocean. During the summertime, they do have lifeguards out here. So here's the different shells you can find. That's average shells, anyway. Hey, come on, baby. Yeah, I Came out here one time with Sharon and her family, and I was out swimming, and the water was starting to get choppier and choppier, and I was out there a little ways, about a bit closer to those rocks, and the waves pushed me into the rocks. Basically I had to climb down the rocks to get out of it, and because those rocks have oysters on them, the shells are very, very razor sharp, and they cut me up on my feet, my legs, my arms, my back, my chest, everything. So it's these rocks right here. So I was out there swimming. Right now is low tide. As you can see, go this way, or you go this way. I love going this way. I'm gonna just plop my flip-flops right here for now. Nobody usually ever takes off with them, so as you can see here, this is the roots for a palm tree. A lot of long stringy roots, which are way different from other trees, and you'll see other trees up here that has been blown over. Most of the dead wood out here though is not from the hurricane. Come on, baby. A lot of it was already down. I think some of it gets pushed up on the shore. There's a lot of little shells all over the place right here. Come on, baby. But this is a beautiful, beautiful island, beautiful beach. Look at this nice shell right here. But today I am not collecting shells. But I do like coming over this way and winding my way through these trees, these fallen trees. Some of these have probably been here for years, and some of them not. And again, as you can see, it's low tide. High tide gets actually right up about here. So it's all the way off that way. So now here's a good example. There was a palm tree and a oak, live oak, and you can see this here is all the palm tree roots. And then you have the oak roots. Bella, she's just having all kinds of fun, winding around all over the place. There's a full shell. A lot of people love coming down this way and exploring. Bella's having all kinds of fun. It's been actually quite a while since she's been out here. I mean, she has been out here before, but it's been quite a while. Trees actually have been pushed around quite a bit because it used to be a little bit more difficult to get through here. I haven't been able to make it this far before without climbing over or under trees and branches and whatnot. There's a seagull. Hey, hold on a second. Alright. Zoom in on the seagull. Alright, Bella, don't pull. It's hard to do without a tripod. Alright. Sorry about spinning there. Bella just loves to get tangled around me, and then I gotta go one way. It's one of those retractable leashes. And even if it wasn't retractable, she still wants to go the way she wants to go, and either I have to switch hands around my back or spin around to have her not tangle up inside of me, or around me, I mean. If there were less people, I'd let her off the leash, but there's more people out here than I thought there might be. So, I don't know if I explained this on my other video, but the way beaches work here, where I live at in South Carolina, on the mainland, it's very, very difficult to find a beach off of the mainland. All the mainland waterways and whatnot are tidal flats, tidal marshes, and because of that, there's hardly any beaches. And you'd actually have to come out to the barrier islands, is what these are called, because all up along the coast of South Carolina there's islands all along. So they call barrier islands because while they're there as a barrier between the ocean and the mainland. And because of hurricanes, it makes it where these islands actually help protect the mainland. So anyway, so that's how it goes. This way, babe. Jump. Over again. Good girl. There we go. I had to go over a few trees there. That wasn't so bad. Look how white this tree is. I've been sitting out here in the sun, all bleached out. You could tell older trees and newer trees, because the older trees are all bleached out. And it looks like a lot of the older ones were pushed further onto shore, and then you got some newer ones out here. So like here, we're gonna have to walk underneath. I am a short man. I'm only 5'6½", but I still have to duck. Alright, and then we gotta go over 2 trees. Go on. Good girl. She's actually doing pretty well. It's just kind of cool to see all this tanglement of trees, you know, because it is a state park. Like any federal and state parks, you know, they at most can, you know, they try to leave everything as natural as possible. So anyway, this one looks weird, doesn't it? Look how it's all spread out and it's really flat underneath this root system. because here you don't really have to go deep to have continuous water. And then this here is the average look of the island undisturbed. Come on. She just loves it so much. I love bringing her out to the beaches. And I don't see too many more people, so I think I'll let her off the leash. Maybe. Where you going? And you'll see bike trails here. So people will bike through as best as they can without having to go under trees or over too many trees. So you got some inland water here. Let's go take a look at this. You'll probably see little crabs. I forget what kind of crabs are called. They're just small crabs. Hermit crabs? No, not hermit crabs. Bella. Dang. It took her like 10 minutes there to decide she wanted to go pee. She doesn't mind going through water, but she doesn't like going into the ocean. I think it's because of the waves crashing. And that this here landscape has changed because of the hurricane quite a bit. This is salt water. It's probably brackish because I think high tide will bring in some water through here. And then of course you have rains and whatnot. And here in South Carolina, if I am not wrong, I think we get like 38 inches of rain a year. This way, baby. But oh, there's some crabs. Oh, they went underneath the tree. Can we see them? Oh, they're going up there. See them? Right there. They're very shy crabs. Oh, here we go. Here's one. As you see, they're small. Oh, I think they're called fiddler crabs. Anyway. Now, I'm going to let Bella go off the leash. And you can see she just absolutely loves being off leash. She will run like a little banshee. Gives her freedom. She can go sniff and do what she wants to do. If I'm walking a certain way, she doesn't go off too far. And if I call her, she does come back or comes over to me. But I just want to show you guys this over here. I believe this has always been here, but it's been, I mean, it's just different from what it was. But it's an inland salt lake because, like I said, the tide comes up, brings water in, and then when the tide goes down, and then it stops bringing water in. But the tornado or hurricane changed the landscape here quite a bit, actually. So, you know, it's just different. Too bad I didn't have a before and an after hurricane video. A lot of times, oh, there's Bella. A lot of times you'll see deer tracks out here. Deer are on the island. There's probably places inland that are freshwater that have alligators, of course. Alligators don't go much into salt water. If their backs get encrusted with certain algae or whatnot or whatever, they will go into salt water because the salt water will clean it, but they don't stay. There has been times like on Hilton Head Island, here on Hunting Island, that alligators have come up on the shore from the ocean. Really freaks people out because alligators are not salt water at all. The only place in North America that has crocodiles, which are saltwater, is the very southern tip of Florida. Nowhere else in North America are there any crocodiles. Just a very southern tip of Florida. And again, alligators freshwater, and crocodiles salt water. Now, this here is called pluff mud. Okay. Now, at times when it isn't so dirty, there's times that this pluff mud looks so clean and that, but basically it's just mud. And I forget how they say, I mean, I read up on it before where the pluff mud comes from, but I can't remember. I'd have to look that up again and somehow let you guys know. But anyways, depending on how wet and how deep the pluff mud is, there's one place on the island going that way, the opposite direction that I'm going now, that it was deep enough. I actually sank to my knees in it, and that was just horrible. Very, very difficult to get out. It's very near to being like quicksand, but it's mud. It's kind of like mud and sand and salt water and all that stuff. But anyway, this is Hunting Island. It is a beautiful, beautiful island. I very much enjoy coming out here. Today's temperature is right now is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It is February 6th, and that's about 22 degrees Celsius. Somewhere it's about there. So anyway, I'm just going to shut this off for now until I find something more interesting. Bye bye.